Who's the best heavyweight? And what's next for Canelo? Please like and subscribe. Leave a comment below. Please help us hit 10,000 subscribers. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to Tuesday Night Fights. Welcome back. We've been away for a minute now. I was in the great fighting city of Philadelphia at a good friend of mine's wedding. He's getting married. But we are back. Lots to discuss. Lots to get into. The glamour division, the heavyweights, as well as the middleweights, the talent division. Let's get into all of that. We'll start with the Anthony Joshua performance over Alexander Povetkin. For me, this is the fourth consecutive underwhelming outing by AJ, in my estimation at least. That's the Povetkin fight, the Parker fight, the Carlos Takam fight, and the Vlad Klitschko fight. Yes. Let's get into all that. I had Povetkin up after 5. I had it even after 6. This is not a guy that AJ should have struggled. Yes, he got the knockout. He got the job done the same way that Wilder got rid of Ortiz. But this was not an overly impressive win. I mean, he got shook. He got hit a lot. Povetkin was winning rounds. He definitely won at least 2, for sure. He may have won 3, which is what I had on my card. So he got an even fight after halfway through the fight. And yeah, Parker knocked him out, and the knockout was sensational. But it leaves a lot to desire. And before that, he had that fight with Joseph Parker, which is the unanimous decision for the worst fight of the year. I mean, that was trash. You should check out Tyson Fury's analysis on that fight if you haven't heard it. Before that, he had Carlos Takam. And again, Takam won rounds. And the fight was stopped late in the fight for no particular reason at all. Takam was going to go the distance in that fight, and he was holding his own. And that's a different level. I mean, look, I like Takam. Takam's a pretty skilled heavyweight. But he should have got blown out by AJ. And then before that, Vlad. We had the Vlad Klitschko fight. Now, yes, that was a fight of the year type of fight. And that was the problem. Fury schooled Vlad. He won almost every round in his fight in 2015 with Vlad Klitschko. AJ got knocked down, almost got stopped. It was given life and death by a 41-year-old Klitschko who took a 1.5-year layoff, was coming off the schooling from Fury, and he almost stopped AJ. Yes, the fight wasn't underwhelming. The fight was great. AJ's performance was, and AJ was underwhelming. Joshua should have annihilated Klitschko. He should have retired him, beat him into retirement, and people were like, I never want to see him again. At no point should everyone have said, oh, I want to see a rematch. No. AJ should have demolished him, and he didn't. He almost got knocked out by him. It was a great fight, so you don't complain about the fight. The fight was great, but the performance wasn't. Look at Klitschko at that point. So here's a guy that hadn't won a fight since Bryant Jennings. Lost to Fury. Before that, he fought Jennings. And in the Jennings fight, let's be real, Vlad should have been disqualified in that fight for holding. He should have been DQ'd numerous times for holding. That fight was ridiculous. And then, so if you want to find a real legitimate win by Klitschko, you got to go all the way back to 2014 when he beat Pulev. That's 3 years earlier. I mean, let's be real. Vlad hadn't had a real legitimate win in 3 years. AJ should have steamrolled Vlad, and he didn't. He almost got stopped by him. So that, to me, was a great fight. Certainly not a great performance by AJ. Just saying. Look, I guess I still pick AJ to beat Wilder. Joshua is 6'6". He's 25 pounds bigger than Wilder. Yeah, he's very hittable, too. But, yeah, he's a much better boxer, obviously, than Windmill Wilder. So I'm guessing, and you see that his power is still, AJ's power is nothing to scoff at. Even though if it's not Wilder's right hand, it's probably the second biggest puncher in the weight class, and I'm serious about that. But he's just, look, first off, AJ's got to pick that left hand up, okay? If you keep your left hand down like that, Wilder's going to pump that long jab in his face and then hit him with the right hand possibly. So pick your hand up, AJ. Pick that left hand up. Every time I watch AJ, I just, he looks more and more flawed to me, and more ordinary. He just doesn't look like anything that special to me. And I know there's two sides to this. Right? There's the AJ fanboy side, who thinks that AJ is the next great heavyweight champ, that he's the next Joe Louis, and all these amazing things. I don't see it. I don't see it. I thought he was on his verge, on his way there. Like he was coming into that, but he's hittable. He's defensively flawed. Yeah, he's got a big uppercut. I don't see him getting better. Right? Like I just don't. He's entering his prime, for a heavyweight, and he still looks flawed to me. It doesn't look to be getting better. He looks to be getting worse, honestly. You drop your hand like that, you're leaving yourself vulnerable to eating just straight right from Wilder, which could end the night. Now, again, every time, I'm still picking AJ to beat Wilder. I'm sticking with that. But every time I watch AJ and Wilder, it reminds me of one thing. Tyson Fury circa 2015 is the best fighter in the division. Now, it's not 2015, it's 2018. Can Tyson Fury ever get all the way back to where he was in 2015? I don't know. He's abused his body. He took time off. He did alcohol. He did drugs. He was 400 pounds. Can he ever get back to what he was? I don't know. Tyson Fury has a great jab. He throws beautiful combinations. He's got good footwork. Has excellent head movement. He is going to give Wilder fits when they fight because he doesn't sit still. Wilder likes guys who sit still. Fury doesn't. Fury's got excellent head movement. He slips punches. He fires combinations. I'm not making a pick on that fight yet. I don't know who I'm going to pick in that fight. Although I'm getting closer to knowing who I'm going to pick in that fight. But it's not going to be an easy fight either way, right? I've heard people say that Wilder's going to beat Fury easily, that he's going to steamroll him, that he's going to destroy him. That's not going to happen, okay? Fury's going to... Now, can Fury keep that up? Can he avoid Wilder for 12 rounds? That's yet to be determined. But Fury has all the skills to beat Wilder. He's a much, much, much better boxer. I mean, that's not even close, right? That's like comparing who's a better basketball player. Kobe Bryant or Mario Elie. I mean, the skills between Fury and Wilder aren't even close. And I'm not even a Wilder hater. But yeah, I honestly like Deontay Wilder. I know you guys like to call me a hater and this and that. I really do like Deontay Wilder. But he's not even close to the skill level of Tyson Fury. But he's got the right hand. And he's really long and tall, and he's physically strong and intimidating. But Fury is clearly the best boxer of the three. AJ is hittable. AJ doesn't do enough work sometimes. There's flaws with AJ. Like I said 3 times now, pick up that hand. If you fight guys who can jab like Fury and Wilder, they're going to be pumping that thing in your face, and you're not going to You're not going to have this reach size advantage over those guys. They're both taller than you. Fury's 6'9", Wilder's 6'7". They can stand from a distance, and they can hit you if your hand's down. I mean, I don't know where that comes from. This is an Olympic gold medalist. Josh is a highly skilled fighter. Pick your hand up. You're not Sergio Martinez. You're not that much more athletic than everyone you're in the ring with. Pick your hands up. So AJ's got a ton of weaknesses. Wilder can't put him on the inside. He obviously throws windmill punches. He's obviously very hittable. There's one thing to like. Well, there's 2 things to like about Wilder. He pumps that jab out. He's got a good jab and that right hand, obviously. But that's all there is to like about him. Now, that's carried him to 40-0, right? It has, 39 knockouts. It's carried him that far. His power is scary, and he knows how to deliver the right hand. He's good enough to set up the right hand to knock you out with. But there are so many flaws with Wilder. And I like Wilder, but there are so many flaws. So Fury's the best fighter of the group. He's the best fighter of the lot. But is there enough left of him at this point? Can he put it all? If he can put it all together, if he can put that performance together that he put against Vlad, against Fury, he beats him. But let's be real. We'll probably never see that Fury again because of the horrible decisions he made and the way he lived his life. I mean, God gives us one chance. No, he gives us more chances, but you can't redo that type of damage to your body. You know what I'm saying? We weren't meant to live that way, and he didn't take care of himself, so now he's got to pay the consequences. But is there enough Fury left in Fury? Does Fury have enough left of his old self to beat Wilder? We'll find out. But when you look at all three of these guys, they're all flawed. I mean, they can all be beaten. I know the Wilder fans think Wilder can't be beaten, that his power is insane, that he's the next coming of Mike Tyson. Well, Tyson got beat 5 times, or whatever, in his career. You know, Buster Douglas beat him. 30-some-year-old Evander Holyfield beat him. So, beatable, right? AJ's beatable, you know. AJ can be outboxed from the outside, and, you know, Wilder has the skill set. Now, I'm not picking Wilder to beat him, but don't be shocked, and I would be shocked if Wilder won. I'm picking AJ. I'm still somewhat confident in that pick, but AJ keeps underwhelming me. And I don't know if Wilder's going to get past Fury, so we may not get Wilder and AJ. Just keep that in mind. Moving on from the heavyweights to the middleweights, Canelo Alvarez, the man of the moment, coming off his tight victory, narrow victory over Triple G. Mauricio Sullivan, president of the WBC, said that the WBC is going to vote on a Canelo Charlo fight. Can I ask one question? What is there to vote on? Jermall Charlo is the WBC mandatory. He has waited patiently, right? And there's not going to be a unification fight, right? The other champs, well, there's only one other champ at the moment, Billy Joe Saunders. He's tied up with his mandatory, which is Andrade. And then the IBF champ, which there isn't one yet, is going to be decided between Jacobs and Derevchenko. So they're tied up. So there's no unification fight for Canelo, which would take precedence over a mandatory. So what are we voting on? You know, Mauricio Sullivan said that when Triple G was the champ, if Triple G won, he had to fight Charlo. Why does that not apply to Canelo, right? If Triple G had to fight him next, why doesn't Canelo have to fight him next? This fight should be mandated. The WBA, who strips nobody, their mandatory is the other option, David Lemieux. But don't fight him because the WBA doesn't strip anybody, right? Just ask Keith Thurman. The only person they did strip was Jermall Charlo for no reason. But they don't strip anyone. I mean, the WBA they let Floyd Mayweather. Somebody find out how long they let Floyd Mayweather keep his 147 and 154 pound belt after he retired. You know what I'm saying? I don't think Floyd ever defended his WBA junior middleweight belt. I think he did against Marcos Maidana. They fought at 147, but he put both belts on the line. But the WBA doesn't strip anyone. So why fight Lemieux? Because that fight is trash. Alright, so we have two options here for Canelo's next fight, which is in December. Canelo was cleared to fight in December. So we have two options. Option A, Canelo Charlo. Can't miss fight of the year action type of fight. Fight of the year type of fight between two of the best young fighters. Not just in the division, but in the sport, period. A fight I have been begging for, screaming for since 2016. Let's get this fight. Or, option B, David Lemieux, which is a one-sided destruction by Canelo, a fight with zero intrigue, a fight that would be a bit more than a tune-up, proving nothing at all, right? And also proving that not all mandatories are the same, right? Because if you have two mandatories, Charlo and Canelo, you know, which one would you rather fight? Here's the downside, though. Charlo and Canelo would be an amazing fight, right? But probably wouldn't be any of a bigger draw for Canelo than Lemieux is. And that sucks. That absolutely sucks, right? So if you're Canelo, your payday for Lemieux and Charlo is going to be about the same. So let me ask you, the listener, who would you rather fight for the same amount of money? Jermall Charlo, who could beat you, or David Lemieux, who sucks and would get blown out, who would fight right into your hands and get knocked out in a few rounds? I mean, it's an obvious question. But let's look at it this way. Oscar fought everyone. Oscar wanted that super fight, right? Oscar was trying to make this fight with Trinidad in 98, and finally what happened in 99. When he couldn't make that fight because he was with Arum and Tito was with Don King, and he couldn't make that fight. He fought Ike Quartey and Obakar. And Ike Quartey nearly beat him. He did beat him on my scorecard. He beat him on Harold Letterman's scorecard. It was a 50-50 type of fight, where one judge just was totally off on his scorecard. So, in a fight, in a span of less than 9 months, right, when Oscar was trying to make that Trinidad fight, he fought two top 147 pounds at the time, in Ike Quartey and Obakar. Think about that. Think about that, right? That would be like if Crawford is trying to get a fight with Spence, and they just can't make the fight for promotional reasons. Or let's do it the other way around. Spence is trying to get that fight. He fights Porter, and give me another top 5 guy. He fights Porter and Garcia, leading up to leaving that big fight with Crawford on the line. Or he fights Pacquiao, and he fights Porter, while trying to make that fight with Crawford, right? That would be insane. That's what Oscar did, right? So Oscar has a lot of haters. Oscar's a little overrated, but he fought everyone. Does Oscar want that? Is Oscar willing to do that for his golden boy, right? He was willing to risk it. Arum let him make all of the big fights that he wanted to make. Well, Oscar allowed Canelo to do that. Well, Canelo demanded the Lara fight. And Oscar, as his promoter, wanted no part of Canelo fighting Lara. Said it was too dangerous. Canelo demanded it, showing that Canelo wants to take the risk, that Canelo wants to fight the best, that Canelo's confident in himself, and Oscar gave in to Canelo's demands. Would Canelo demand a fight with Charlo? Right? Because Canelo demanded the fight with Lara, and I scored it for Lara. I thought that was a dangerous fight coming in for Canelo, and it proved that way. Especially Trout, because I scored the Trout-Canelo fight for Trout, and I said, well, Lara's a better boxer than Trout, so Lara should win this fight, and I thought that was one of the worst robberies. That was the robbery of the year that year, I thought, for sure. But, yeah, that was a difficult fight, a very difficult fight. For Canelo, and you knew that coming in, and Oscar let him take it. So would Oscar let his man fight Charlo in December? Because that would be, if he fought Charlo in December, never ever question Canelo Alvarez again. Never call him a ducker, a cherry picker. If he fought Triple G in September and Jermall Charlo in December, you can't ask for more than that. Right, that's legendary stuff right there. Win or lose to Charlo, that's legendary stuff right there. And just so you guys know where I stand, I would pick Charlo to beat Canelo. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think on the status of the heavyweight division, on the status of the middleweight division. And I want to know if you guys would even pay the pay-per-view, the $75 or $80 or $85 or whatever they would charge for Canelo versus Lemieux. Would you even pay for that? Let me know what you think. Leave your thoughts, comments below. Thank you for bearing with me while I was out of town and didn't put out any shows for a while. But for Tuesday night fights, this is 3D Boxing signing off, saying thank you and God bless.
Enjoy 3D Boxing vlog videos? Show us some love by clicking the like button. Don't miss a tweet, post, story, or video. 3dboxingvlog.com is also on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Hit the subscribe button now to stay inside the ring.